Ohio gozaimasu. Alright, good morning guys, what's going on, and welcome to another video of Ride with Raj, and I hope you're liking what I'm doing with my motorcycle because I am loving it. Alright, so what's today's vlog all about? Well, I never give my bike for service to a local mechanic ever. Alright, I never let them even touch my bike for servicing, especially when it comes to engine and everything. But I'm doing this for you guys. The reason is that if I give it to Ishna service will not allow me to shoot inside that how they do the service and everything, and that's a no-no for them. So when I give my motorcycle to service, I'm gonna be there and record everything what I do. So you guys will know how everything goes down. And right now I'm having a quick bite. Oranges, almond, raisin, oats, muesli, flaxseed, a power pack breakfast. Always have the best breakfast and then leave the house. Okay, so now I'll just quickly have a bite, and after that I'll see you straight at the workshop. So let's go. And I've also got my bike charger, my USB charger. Let me unbox this. Alright, so this is my USB charger which I've bought for the motorcycle. Alright, this directly goes in the battery system, which I'll be doing that, and does come with a handlebar holder. What I like the most about it is that it has this key system. So you guys can see that this is a 5 watt 2.18 charger. This light gets blue once you put the USB in it, and it doesn't drain battery when the charger is not hooked on. It's waterproof, dustproof as mentioned. The quality is pretty good. So the first thing guys we are doing is we are opening up the wheels. Guys, this is the shaft of my front wheel, and we're gonna check if it's aligned, and then we'll check the bearings. So friends, I'm putting the Motul 40, as you guys can see. This is a 2.5 liter kit. The whole thing will go in my oil area. This is basically the bearing smoothener which I am using. It's by SP. It's a grease for the bearings. That's a cloth to clean and all. So yes, I got 710 rupees original Motul oil from the spare part shop, which is a 43,000 plus. So I'm using this for the engine now. So now we're cleaning the bearings. So guys, one of my bearing is fine, but this one is really screwed. It doesn't even move that much, and I don't know, I was using such a bad one. We tried to even clean it with petrol, but didn't work. So it's but obvious, as you guys can already see, it's very badly rusted. So we are replacing this one, and we are putting an original bearing. And he is currently eating his grub, and that's made out of chickpeas. So he's having real good iron and calcium. So this guy is going to be really beast. He's already well fed, and that's why his name is Sultan. So I got the bearing, genuine Royal Enfield, and this costed me 146 rupees. I got some like 20-30 bucks discount because of his reference. So I'm using this bearing. I paid for that 710 for the oil, and around 39 rupees, 40 bucks for this. Okay, so we purchased this carbon choke cleaner. This is for 100 rupees. It's by ABRO. Okay, this is a very known brand. It cleans carburetors and fuel injection. Guys, removing some grease. So you guys can see, we did not put the grease on the other bearing because that was new. That already comes with the grease, but the old bearing needs grease inside. So we're doing that, and then we'll put the rubber cap on it. This is a bearing distance. Alright, the bearing distance is getting greased now. The reason is because he doesn't want that part also to get junked. this also spins around with your wheels, guys. So that was the front wheel. Now we're gonna do the caliper service, alright? The disc caliper service, which is very important. When you're using these pads, whenever you're applying brakes, these pads actually get brushed and the level of the width actually goes down. So we just leveled it even from here to make it even, and then he uses sawdust paper to make it more rough and usable. Front wheel is over, now we're doing the rear wheel. Let's proceed with that. The bearing is perfect and intact, so I don't think so we need to remove it and check it because it's spinning very smoothly. Now we're just adding some grease to it so that it continues the same way. So cleaning the rear calipers now, very important. So as you guys can see, it does not need cleaning. Really good. So I'm not changing it. I think this can easily pull for another 1,000 kilometers or something. So just gonna blow some air and dust it. So they are lubing some oil now in that sprocket area. Alright, so that there is a nice balance. So pretty good. Dusted the air filter. He went to a tire pressure guy to blow some air out of it. So he did that and it's as clean as good. Boys, my tank is off because we are flushing the tank. What's the use of a service if you don't flush the tank off? And that's how my bike looks right now. And tomorrow we are riding, and that's Javed bhai. And where was I? I'll show you guys. I went to take my USB charger, which I forgot, and I also wore a jacket because suddenly the temperature has dropped in Mumbai and it is cold. And that's my leather pouch. Always carry a pouch now for, I have a lot of stuff, keys, glasses, and guess what comes out of my pouch now. That's my USB charger which I went home for, and bam, oil filter. I'm carrying my own oil filter, so I got this. Can you imagine, this is by Steelbird. So the oil filter is gone inside. By the way, that's the chamber where the oil filter is. I think everyone knows now. And he's cleaning that area also. So this is the right time. Javed bhai advised that why don't we plug in the USB charger right now to even see if it's working, because we are also servicing the battery. So once we do that, we also install the USB charger and my bike will be ready. Okay, so now he's opening the oil chamber. So you guys can see that what he's doing right now is he's putting a seal. Well, as you guys can see, that's a special adhesive seal which he's putting on the nut below the transmission area where he puts the oil, basically the oil chamber. Okay, so now he's putting the oil in the oil chamber finally. So So this is where we put the brake oil. It's already, as you can see, it says it has to be .4, so we'll be using a dot. It says .3 and .4. We'll be using a .4. So now we are working on the EFI. We're going to open the electronic fuel injection, set the timing because my engine is very fast. It's going around 1400 RPM. We're going to set it to 1000 RPM. 1000 RPM is very standard, which we need to keep for EFI. So now Javed bhai is actually removing the entire EFI system, alright, to clean it. Peace. So now we are using the spray in the EFI. I think he's gonna use literally entire spray, and look at the amount of dirt. Guys, check it out. This is as bad as any carburetor. And that's the injector body. Guys, see carefully. That's the nozzle. That's the injector. This is the injector body of the EFI. That needs to be very well cleaned. See how clean that is now. I'm so happy, especially the injection area. Where I have put my USB charger, not on my handlebar. The reason is I like it here because I don't want the handlebar to have too many wires. And right now I'm charging my phone and it is working perfectly fine. If I remove it and I can shut it, alright. And you guys have already seen while unboxing that what this charger is all about. So this is how it looks. Pretty cool. Not a very big assembly, so it doesn't interrupt any kind of mechanism or it won't get heated up. And I have directly put it to my battery, which is just around here. You guys can see a little bit of the wire here already. To the brake wire we've added some oil. So I have not washed the bike because it's already around 10 in the night. I'll summarize this later on properly and explain the entire setup. A few questions were asked about my handlebar, that why I have not put the mirror, why I have not put the weights. Well, the weights have already been shaved off so that I can fit my bar and mirrors, but that will happen tomorrow. So as you guys know, these are the pipes to vent the air out, and you guys can see the crack. I showed this in my previous video also. And what's the best thing I'm doing is I'm not using any more Royal Enfield parts for this. Because this was just replaced 3 months back and it's again cracked, so it has no durability. What my father always mentioned, he use as many car parts as possible when it comes to rubber and plastic. So I have bought a car gas pipe, alright, which is much superior in quality. I'll just show it to you. This is the pipe I have purchased. It's quite condensed pipe. You guys can see that there is a nylon between the rubber. That shows how durable and how strong and how sustainable this could be. So this is, check the flexibility as well. You can see the amazing rubber quality. This is a superior car part, which I'm going to replace it with the Royal Enfield cheap rubber part. This is the cheap one, and the one which we've got, what Javed bhai has arranged it. Check the quality. Alright, you guys can see the nylon grid inside. See the difference, and that nylon thing really makes it more stable and stronger, so this will be very helpful. This is a little thicker compared to this, if you can see, but it doesn't matter. So now this pipe is mounted, and Javed bhai has put a clip as well, and this quality is really superior, guys. And the other pipe is also mounted. He's gonna put a clip for it, and it's thicker, stronger, and I think this will be very helpful for all the performance as well. So make sure you guys put all genuine parts and superior quality for sustainability of your bike. Simple as that. And we found some oil leak here, so the gasket is busted, so we are changing the packing. That's the rocker arm which is going on continuously in a flow. That's the valve holding the rocker arm. Tap it. That's the tap it. Alright, this is what does tick 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 in certain bullets, which people get annoyed of. So yeah, make sure you replace a lot of parts. If you've used your bike for 3-4 years and you realize that some parts are junking, don't wait for a chance to have further issues. just go for it, replace it, as simple as that. That's the best way to keep your bike up to date. So he's cleaning this area now, removing all the dead oil which was settled there. He's washing it with petrol, making sure that it's clean, and you guys can see the 535 is shining now. So this is the gasket, this is the packing basically. It comes with 2 beadings and it goes fit by fit, and then you even add a sealant to it. Adding the sealant to the packing now. You guys saw last time I had showed you the CBR, Javed Bhai's bike, and check this paint job. He has got it done on his tank. Look at this. I mean, look at the finish. This is not even polished and buffed right now. It's just painted. That's it. It's quite raw now, but look at the finishing of the entire tank he's done. Punjab silencer on a Avenger 220. So now we're doing the spark plug system. Javed Bhai is cleaning the spark plug, so he's using a pala to remove it off. That if this plug is white, this point is white, that means my bike is giving me a decent average. If this has a lot of carbon, if it's quite burnt, my average is quite low. That's what he just pinpointed on this. So my plug is pretty good, not bad. But we're gonna just clean it a little bit. So Javed Bhai is cleaning my headlight shell. So we've set the RPM at nearly 900 because then it rises up to 1000 or above. So today being a Sunday, finally my bike is completely serviced and the tank is fitted now, and I'll summarize this soon. And he's just oiling this hinge. This is the locking system for the seat. He's just greasing it to making sure that it's smooth. So the reason we have done this welding and made a single piece rather than using those 2 individual mounts is because this will also give the top balance to the handlebar, and it will hold the handlebar in a good alignment, and that's like double security. So the lower part is stronger and the top part is also stronger because the risers are longer. So I'm back in the building with both my rides. And just quickly summarizing what I've done to this motorcycle so that I can end this video. And first of all, I hope you guys like this video. This technical video was for you guys to know what your parts are. Very basic layman-ish service video I have done for you guys, so that it's very easy to understand that what all goes down to service this bike. If any glitches, any problems arise later on the ride, that's completely depending. It's all mechanical parts. Anything can fail. Even if you service your bike well and something goes wrong, that's completely natural. So chill on that. Just to quickly summarize, well, the LED headlamps are good for the highway, which I have done. The handlebar video you guys have already seen. Yes, I have mounted my rear view mirror, which is pretty good. The disc calipers are clean, the wheels are smooth, the bearing is replaced, which was busted. You know that the hose pipes have been changed. Alright, all the air circulation on these pipes are now very well condensed with the superior quality of rubber. The air filter has been dusted well, and it's pretty good now. The rear calipers are clean. The chain has been clean but not lubed. I'm not showing the lube application on the chain because I've already done a video in past, so you guys can refer that, but I'll be doing that for this bike. I can't take a dry chain like this for the ride, but I've cleaned the chain that I've shown the process here with the toothbrush and with the petrol. Done the whole cleaning, and now I'll be lubing it. The bike is not polished because I'm straight taking it for a ride, so I might polish it maybe a day or 2 days later. The engine packing, very important part. There was a leakage which I showed you in the video, has been replaced, and it's been 3 days since this engine packing has been installed, and I'm riding here and there like 10-20 kilometers or 30 kilometers a day, and there is no sign of any oil leak. Okay, the EFI has been well serviced, you guys have seen in the video, and it's giving a real smooth flow. The oil filter has been replaced. The brake pads are pretty good.
I'm a little skeptical about the front brake pads, so I might replace that. Mostly I will replace that, not to take any chances. And friends, I have not captured special greasing or oiling of this bike, because that's pretty common that happens. So the bike has been greased and oiled well, and that's why my grease monkey is all greased up. Let me start this bike to show at what RPM I have done the tuning, and especially for idling. Let's start the bike. Guys, you can hear the thump now. Okay, I have done the idling on a very different setting. So that's why the whole bike is shaking, because I've kept it on around 950 RPM. If you see, very precise. I have not kept it till 1000. I've kept it a little lower, because whenever my engine gets heated, my RPM goes a little high. So I've kept it around 950, and this is a good thump. I tune my Bullet engines always as per the thump and as per the tepid noise. So you guys can hear it. I don't know how clear, but you all can hear it and how well the idling is. So this is the idling, and the handlebars rocking pretty good. The tank is flush. Seat is the same. In a short summary, that's what's happened to my motorcycle. Stay tuned for the video where I'll be packing my goodies. Alright, how to pack for a ride and those essential things. I hope you like this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up or comment below. And as usual guys, eat well, sleep well, be good. Signing off, Ride with Raj.